Okay, so we're gonna do a spoiler full review on Deadpool, and as you can tell, she's sitting in my chair and I'm sitting in her chair. So it's been a while since you've seen her. So figure why not have her with me while we fuck it up for you guys, because I just said it's spoiler full. It's in the title, and there's no need for me to do the finger on do the 2 second um opportunity for you guys to leave the video. So click on the spoiler free review in the link description if you have not seen it. So now let's see. Now the opening credits.
The opening credits were pretty hilarious.
Hilarious. How they said yes.
Very funny.
Starting some douche and some CGI character and
some hot chick.
Some hot chick. Man.
Yeah. Awesome way to start the movie is by doing, really unique way of having, your credit scene, which was funny.
It is extremely funny.
And I thought it was funny.
Yeah. And it's like
gave a good feeling to the movie just from the beginning.
It gets you the good feel of what kind of movie that you're gonna watch and what you would expect from, Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoyed it
And
a lot. The credits. Well, I love the whole movie, but from the beginning,
entire fucking movie.
Yeah, it started off really strong.
I'm just gonna say this movie is flawless. There's not a single thing about this movie that I did not like.
Mm-mm.
I didn't think to myself, "Oh, this doesn't need to be in the movie. There's no need for that to be in here." I didn't think that once.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those movies where you're like, it gets, it's like boring and it's filler at certain points. I mean, I enjoyed the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
From start to finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, it started out funny and continued on from there.
Yeah. And it doesn't have any boring scenes. It's like it jumps right to another scene before you can even think to yourself, okay, when is the humor gonna come back?
Exactly.
It doesn't do that. You're just like,
oh,
okay,
really
you're really
funny.
you're really invest into his origin story. You're like,
yeah.
where you're invested how he becomes Deadpool, and you're like, oh, okay, and it cuts right back to the present time when he's already Deadpool, and you're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get back into the fun here. Even the origin story is fun too, but the whole fucking thing is fun, and what cracks me up is when Deadpool is interacting with Colossus and I think Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I think I pronounced her name right. When he's interacting with those two, and that is hilarious. And and while they're talking to him about how they have a certain code and how he needs to try to adopt it, and while this is all happening, that motherfucker, the main villain of the movie is getting away, and Deadpool's reaction.
Francis.
His Francis, yeah. When Deadpool is aware of his escape, he's like, I love how his mask. I love how his eyes make different expressions. I like how expressive his mask is, where it just pops up like. No! and he's trying to punch Colossus, and then he breaks his hand, and he tries to punch him again, like, whoa! He tries to punch him in the balls, and it doesn't work. He kicks him, and it doesn't work. He's just fucking his limbs up, breaks his wrist, and then his other wrist, and breaks his ankle by trying to punch him and kick him. Oh, and when Colossus has him handcuffed, he said, "Now let's go talk to the professor." And then Deadpool's like, "Which one, Stewart or McAvoy?" Because the alternate timeline, time travel is very confusing. Oh man, and the love interest, she's not what you would expect from a common love interest. She's like literally his other half. Like she talks just as dirty and bad to him as he does to her.
Yeah, but I liked her. She was funny.
She has a raunchy sense of humor, just like he does, and you can see why he's like, "Oh yeah, that's wifey right there. That is wifey right there."
He really is. She really is his like other half.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool. Like she wasn't like your stereotypical like girl next door.
Oh, like girl next door, and like who falls for the bad boy and goes like, "Oh, I need your help me."
Yeah, no, it was like the bad girl falling for the bad boy.
Yeah.
You know, and vice versa.
Pretty much, yeah. And
there's nudity.
Well, obviously it's rated R. Yeah,
it's rated R. They don't. A little bit of nudity.
They don't hold back in this movie. They don't.
No.
It's been a while since we had a superhero or kind of movie where they just break all the rules. Like, okay, let's calm down the nudity. Let's make it PG-13ish. PG-13 cluttered. No.
Cuss words all over the place.
Yeah, they curse up everything. I don't think they don't
the F word a lot.
they don't intentionally leave out a lot of profanity in this movie. No. And and when Francis refers to himself as Ajax, that when Wade Wilson before he gets his mutant injection, I think he's like, "Oh, Ajax, he got that from the soap bottle." I was thinking to myself that too before he said it, and I was cracking the fuck. Everybody was cracking the fuck up. Yeah,
I'm like, I think it's a cleaning solution.
It is. Yeah, it's a cleaning product. Oh man, and it has drama when it needs it, and then it cuts back, right back to what makes the movie great.
Yeah. It was very good mixture of comedy and drama, and
it's a good
action and raunchiness, and
it's a good revenge story.
Revenge.
It is revenge. He's going after Francis because he wants him to fix his face. He thinks he can do more to him. Like, okay, you gave me the powers, now fix my face. He's like, and he said, there's no fixing your face. So and there was that, and when Deadpool goes to visit the Xavier school, and then he gets Colossus and in the teenage warhead. I'm just gonna call her NTW. Yeah, NTW. Those are initials for her, her name. So he goes to visit her, and then in Colossus, and then when he says, "Oh, it's Ripley from Alien 3," and then she says, "Oh God, you're old." And another thing that cracks me up in that scene is when he's like looking at the school. He's like, "Oh, this is pretty big. It's like the studio couldn't afford, to get more X-Men in this movie or something like that."
You only saw the two of them.
Yeah, you just saw the two of them, and that was hilarious.
I love the X-Men jokes were spot on.
Spot on, definitely.
Very funny.
And when and he even made fun of his first incarnation in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and he said, I forgot what he said exactly, but he said. Yeah, and the word rhymes with what rhymes with that word is Poverine or something like that. Yeah, people got that quickly, and they made a couple Marvel references too, like at the very end of the credits, he just did the Ferris Bueller ending where he's like, "Oh, you're still here? Get out of here! The movie's over." Oh wait, by the way, Cable's going to be in the sequel. We're probably going to cast Keira Knightley or whatever. And also he said, "Oh, you were expecting Samuel L. Jackson with an eye patch to come, walking up to my door like, oh yeah, Joni Avengers." He made fun of how we were expecting a big holy shit, ending. He just literally threw that in our faces like, "You were expecting that?" And that did not disappoint me. I enjoyed that. And I mean, there's really not a lot to spoil about the movie. I mean, other than its humor. I mean, its entire humor is just crazy. And it's funny how like what you expect from Deadpool, where he will talk to you from time to time. And
I really like that.
Mm-hmm. And what else? Yeah, we only seen it once, so we plan to see it more times. So
honestly, I think we're gonna see this more than Star Wars. We saw Star Wars twice. I would like to see this a few times because I just loved it. Like I said, I wasn't bored. I thought it was funny. I thought it was, you know,
if anything, I thought it was.
exciting.
If anything, I thought it was, you know, like too short. You know, like to the point where I was really,
Yeah, I wish it was longer.
where I was really enjoying
I
it.
almost wish it was longer.
By the time it ended, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I want more.
I was disappointed when it was over.
I want more.
I was like, well, that sucks because now it's over.
Yeah, I want more. Damn it.
Yeah.
So hopefully they make the sequel a bit longer, and I hope this opens up the floodgates, you know, to like other comic book movies that are in this adult toned, like, you know, where you're like, we don't need the PG-13 cluttered this, you know, storyline. It's intended to be rated R, so let's rated R the fuck out of this.
Let the kids have, you know, their superhero movies. Let's just us enjoy Deadpool. Don't bring your kids to see this.
You know, if you did,
your little kid, like your teenagers, okay, your kids under
if
11.
If you brought kids that are under the double digits to this movie,
you got problems.
Yeah, you deserve Father or Mother of the Year award.
Yeah.
There you go.
And not even because of the violence, because of like the sex.
The sex, everything, the whole 9 yards. Okay.
The violence too, but definitely the you don't want your
the whole 9 yards.
That kind of sex.
And the way and what they're talking about too, and everything.
Yeah, unless you want your kids asking you where babies come from, don't. Don't.
And I also love how when how Deadpool, you know, it's like I don't think they left out any of his abilities. Like I said in my spoiler-free review, where he cut his hand off. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't know, like, you know, his healing factor's like pretty much better than Wolverine's, like where he can cut off his foot. Like if he was like in a jig, like if he was on Saw and he was in a trap and he had to cut his foot off, it would just go right back. Even though his healing factor, I mean, he doesn't seem to heal as fast as Wolverine, I think, but it's still better. So
well, not if you cut his limb off.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it seemed to heal.
Yeah, it just grew back like like hours later.
One thing I'd see an issue, not in the movie, but in the Deadpool sense, is like if you,
there is no
if
issue
you have
in
this,
it.
no, not even in the movie. I mean, like the sense of like you have this power where you can't die. Now you're involved with somebody. Now what happens when she dies? She gets old and dies, and you're still like, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think
that
almost.
would suck.
I think almost every. I mean, there's quite a bit of characters who have that burden. You know what I mean?
I know they touched on that in like Wolverine, but
yeah, Wolverine. Yeah,
because you're immortal, but like the people that you love aren't.
I mean, like even Captain America, when he's been frozen for like what, a century and a half or two, and then he wakes up, in a whole new world.
And Peggy's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah, and she's much older, and
right. That would I would feel like that would be hard, and like because they touch on that on like vampires. You know, vampires can't age and they can't fall in love with anybody because like when you do, you have to turn them into a vampire.
Yeah, that'll be the other solution. Yeah.
And then what if you don't like them, and now you're stuck with them for the rest of forever?
I don't think Deadpool and Vanessa have that issue.
No, I'm not saying they do, but
they don't.
That would suck, but because he's gonna never die, and then she will eventually, because she's gonna get old.
Yeah.
And she's gonna die, and he's gonna be Deadpool forever.
And here's gonna be awesome. Like they have to have Dogpool in this sequel. Put Dogpool in the sequel.
Yes, I will dress up my own dog like that.
But this is like the first first comic book movie that 20th Century Fox has treated like its baby. It pampered it, make sure it was taken care for. They checked on it every 5 minutes. They treated it very, very good. And they treated fairly good, the X-Men movies really good, but they treated this movie the best out of all of its, superhero movies that they've done. They treated this one the best. Like I said, like it's favorite child, like it's his favorite, favorite son or daughter. And see, I'm trying to think of what else here. Oh yeah, when Colossus was trying to talk Deadpool out of killing Ajax / Francis, you're getting into this real, inspirational speech, and then right in the middle of it, Deadpool just blows his head off, and then Colossus is in the mid sentence, and then right as soon as he kills him, and he's like, "Now you need to go to the."
You knew he was gonna kill him.
We knew he was gonna kill him. Like, yeah,
Yeah, we're just waiting for it.
Just wait. Come on, just kill him.
Just kill him.
Just stop the suspense. We know you're gonna kill him. and Deadpool's fully aware that he's a fictional character. I mean, like, he makes, you can't even make fun of Deadpool. Deadpool can make fun of himself way better than you can make fun of him. I mean, it's just that simple. So don't try to make fun of him. I mean, if you're trying to bash this movie and make fun of him, I mean, he's just gonna do a better job at making fun of himself than you are. So just save yourself the embarrassment. Like when his friend Weasel makes fun of him. All the jokes he throws at him are cute and all, but when he calls himself a testicle with teeth, that just stomps every joke that Weasel threw at him. You say, "Yeah, I look like a testicle with teeth." I mean, that's just like his boom jock the mic right there. I mean, Deadpool can make fun of himself. Like I said, make fun of himself way better than you can make fun of him. So, period. and it's funny how Colossus said to I forgot her name, but Francis is like his henchwoman or whatever.
The Angel.
Yeah, Angel or whatever. It's like, I don't usually hit. I prefer not to hit to the woman, but not too long after he's they're throwing punches at each other, and he's throwing punches at her. Like, yeah, go ahead, just throw punches at her. You got it coming. Deadpool. Wolverine wouldn't hesitate to stab her. He would stab her in a second with his claws. So come on. I'd say Deadpool as far as role models go, who would be the worst. Deadpool would be much worse than Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine, he has this thing, he doesn't give a fuck, at times, but he's got a warm heart underneath all that snow that's covered, the outside that's covering, the vessel of his heart. There's warmth up in there. But Deadpool, however, you gotta dig deeper to get there. There's a lot of icicles around there and up in there. I mean he was a special force operative, and he was a mercenary, and he was already a douchebag when you first meet him, and he's even a much more fun douchebag when he becomes Deadpool. I mean, there's not really too many spoilers in here, other than the jokes that that they throw in this movie. That's the biggest spoilers, is the jokes. So without that, it's just a pretty simple movie, like where douchebag meets girl who's exactly like him, and he finds out that he's sick, and then someone tells him that they can cure his cancer, and then he gets that cure, but his face gets fucked up, and he wants revenge for that, for trying to make him a puppet, and for taking his girl. He gets revenge for that too, and then there you go. And that's pretty much it. And it's fun to watch too. It's really fun to watch, and oh my gosh, I mean, if you have not seen it already, then you have problems.
Yeah, go see it.
You have serious problems. Do yourself a favor. Go see this movie. Enjoy yourself. Have yourself the most fun, the most laughter in your life. Definitely. And looking forward to the sequel. It was confident enough to say that it's going to have a sequel, and bring it on, 20th Century Fox. Bring it on. Bring it on. Get started right now. And any last thoughts on this? No? We covered it all? Think so.
I think so.
Definitely. She was just, like I said, she was just as excited about seeing this as I was. And
I can't wait to see it again.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it again, honestly. Oh man, this is like probably one of the very few flawless movies that I've seen in a while. And
Me too. I don't think I've seen a movie in Star Wars I liked. But there's a few movies that I've seen where I could see myself watching it again and again. and not getting bored with it. And I definitely think that this is one of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of movies that I can see myself watching and never get bored with it. But this one is like, there's like not a single flaw in it, like I said. So do yourself a favor and go check it out. And like when the Deadpool sequel comes out, I hope it does, sort of address some events, like that happened in the X-Men universe, like oh, remember that Dickhead Apocalypse, or something like that, or whatever. So so if you enjoy our spoiler-filled review, get these thumbs up, get them up, and if you're new to the channel, quick subscribe and tell us. I don't know. You can feel free to address what your favorite joke was in the movie, and this is going to be a tough one to pick, I know. So I'm not going to try to pick that. I'll say the full entire movie was my favorite. So there you go. So leave your comments. Let me know what you thought of the movie. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.